The first stop in Leknes was Hawkland Beach, which had these gorgeous dandelion fields that led up to the sand, and then, of course, these beautiful mountain views. After spending some time at the beach, we came back into the center of town and I stopped by Huset Cafe Bar to get some coffee. After walking around the town center a little bit, I hopped back on the little orange boats that took us back to the Viking ship, and then spent the day on the ship getting some work done before I went to bed. The next day I woke up in Tromso and had one of the coolest experiences of my life. At Arctic Adventure Tours, they have a bunch of huskies that they still train for dog sledding. And basically they pair you with a dog that guides you on a hike up through the mountains and to this gorgeous view at the top. I was paired with this gorgeous husky named Papaya, and the view was absolutely worth the hard work getting up the mountain. Then we came back to the facility and did a little activity called painting with the pups. So each person did their own little painting of whatever they wanted to paint, and then they covered it in saran wrap and spread some dog food on it, let the dogs lick the dog food off, and then that was their way of kind of painting with us. It was such a cool experience and really interesting to learn more about the history of dog sledding. On the way back to the ship, we pulled over to see these wild reindeer with the snow-capped mountains in the background. Absolutely unreal, stunning. Then later that night, it was time to set sail and go to the next stop, which was Honningsvag. Hopefully I'm not butchering that too much. So here's a little montage of the views while sailing there. This is what 10 p.m. in Norway during the midnight sun season looks like. Crazy. Then the next morning we woke up in Honningsvag, which is a very, very small town. Kind of felt like a ghost town, honestly, but it was cool to see the different types of architecture, all the different boats that were in the port. And then we took a drive, which was very scenic and beautiful, to the main point of attraction that was near Honningsvag, and that is Nordkapp. And Nordkapp is known as the northernmost part of mainland Europe. It was kind of a surreal feeling being there, knowing how far north I was, and almost feeling like I was on the edge of the world or something. But after spending some time there and kind of just soaking in the ocean breeze, I headed back to the ship and we took off to the next point. My scheduled excursion wasn't until later in the day, so I spent the first part of the day strolling around Eidsdal and soaking in the views of this incredibly cute, quaint town in the mountains. I saw this random sign for a trail, and I decided to go down it. It's getting really steep, so I'm probably huffing and puffing in this, but we're gonna see what it leads to. This is the view it led to. I'd say worth it. Hello from one of the most beautiful places I've ever laid my eyes on. I've probably said that a million times in this video already, but the stops just keep getting more and more beautiful. And this place is truly stunning. This is Eidsdal, Norway. Eidsdal, hopefully that's the correct way to pronounce it. It is a tiny village of, I believe, 400 people, which is crazy. It's so tiny and quaint and stunning. Right in the middle of the mountains, the water behind me, it is just absolutely breathtaking. So if you're ever visiting Norway, I would 1,000,000% recommend coming here. I think it's most known for the Eagle Bend Overlook Point, which I'm going to later with the cruise, so Hopefully that's as beautiful as I've heard it is. But otherwise, I would just come here just to embrace the beauty and stroll around, take in the views, maybe go on a hike or something. So yeah, let's keep exploring. It's so beautiful here. After grabbing lunch on the ship, it was time to take a very scenic drive up to Eagle Bend Overlook. This was probably the most stunning drive I've ever been on, and I was just in awe. Then we kept driving further and further north until we got to this beautiful lake just surrounded by snow-capped mountains. Then it was time to get back on the ship, get some sleep, and sail overnight to the very last stop of the cruise, Bergen. So here's another montage of the sailing views.